Camera roll, light check. Sound check. Intro, start on 2. 1, 2. Welcome to Nightline with your host Jerry Middleton and analyst Rick Fletcher. Nightline is filmed on the campus of Northeastern High School. Let's join Jerry and Rick in the West Wing for tonight's show. Welcome to Nightline. I'm Jerry Middleton, and along with me, as usual, is Rick Fletcher. Rick, it's Monday.
It's Monday. We're a little late this week. Things are going on. Hey, welcome back. Anna filled in for you last week. She did a great job.
She did. I watched it, and she did a fantastic job. I'm very, very proud of her. Very impressed. What a young lady she's turning into.
Oh, she's great. She is absolutely fabulous. So, listen, last week we alluded to you being away somewhere. So tell us where you've been and what you've been doing.
Well, last weekend I refereed the All-Star game of the Basketball League, or the TBL, which is the minor league pro basketball.
Right.
And that was in Syracuse, New York.
Right. Okay.
And so I went up there and worked the All-Star game. The final score was 155-150.
No defense.
No defense, a typical All-Star game. But, you know, our league has had some guys go to the NBA this year. Lindsey Waters for Oklahoma City.
So this is a league, describe it to people, it's where players who are in this league to try to get noticed by either overseas or NBA.
Yes.
Compared to the NBA developmental league, the G League, how would you compare that to?
We would be considered, looking at it like a baseball breakdown. The G League is probably like AAA.
Okay.
And we would be like high AA. We've got some teams that could beat some of the G League teams.
Okay.
I mean, there's no doubt.
So there's some talent in this league.
Absolutely.
There's only so many spots available on an NBA roster, and these guys are trying to show their stuff.
Yeah, and it's the same with the referees too.
Okay.
We got referees that work in this league. In fact, I've got 3 guys who worked on my crews over the past years, and that are working in the NBA right now.
All right, so it's a stepping stone for these guys.
It's a stepping stone for the young kids.
And these guys get paid.
Oh yeah, they get paid.
I mean, it's not NBA multi-million-dollar contracts, but it's enough to at least pay rent if they have to pay rent and buy some food
and make things happen.
Well, it's an opportunity for these guys to show their stuff. All right, well, we're here at the high school. We got things going on.
Let's start with a non-athletic event.
Yeah, we haven't done any non-athletic events in a while, Jerry.
It's really been quiet.
Yeah, it has.
But our art department, we had 10 students who won the right to go to the art display over to Richmond Art Center.
And they have a nice art museum over there, or whatever you call it, the Richmond Art Center. It's really a nice place,
And we had a few of these students place high. For instance, first place in mixed media, which I'm not quite sure what that is.
Well, maybe somebody can tell us. If you know what that is, maybe you can comment to tell us what. I'm assuming it's photography, maybe a little bit of painting.
Could be, I don't know.
Could be a number of different things.
But Elizabeth Yance finished 11th.
Okay.
Now this is out of the whole, whole county and everything.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
There's a lot of competition in these things.
I shouldn't say finished 11th. She actually won. She is an 11th grader.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And then we had a second place in mixed media, which is Paige Zettel, who's a senior.
Okay.
And then first place in printmaking. And once again, whatever that is, I'm not sure. But here's a name that we're familiar with, Heather Crawl.
Well, we know Heather from wrestling.
As a freshman, finishes first. And here's another one, second place in photography was Addison Pennington Loiza, who's a sophomore.
Well, congratulations to all those kids. They work hard at these things. They don't just throw stuff on a mat and all of a sudden here you go.
No.
This is you would be, thrilled to see some of the work that some of these kids do in these art projects.
Well, I've seen some of the photography stuff that they've done. Absolutely marvelous.
Yeah, it really is. So congratulations to them. They deserve it. and I'm sure they've worked hard, and I think they get something that goes along, some kind of prize that goes along with these.
Well, we'll be doing their stuff will be on display for 3 more weeks there at the Richmond Arts Center. And if you get a chance, stop in there and take a look, because it's amazing how talented some of the young people are
In Wayne County, in the areas. There's a lot of different students that participate in this. So, congratulations to them.
Yes, absolutely. So we got art.
All right,
and thanks to Trish for sending this to us. We really enjoyed this and glad we could pass it along.
Yeah, congratulations to those students there.
Well, now I guess we'll move into a little sports.
All right, what are we going to talk about first?
Let's go baseball.
Baseball, 3-6 overall, 2-1 in the TEC. One game they lose 11-0. The next game they're winning 10-0.
Yeah.
Kind of been the way the season is going, Jerry.
Well, and I referred to them as sort of the Jekyll and Hyde.
All right.
One game is super, and then the next day is like, what happened to the group?
Yeah.
And it's just and they are young.
Oh, they're very young. They're playing quite a few freshmen, sophomores, freshmen. I mean, they've only got one senior on the team right now.
Not a lot of varsity experience.
Right.
So, but they're playing hard. And the other day, they played Centerville over at Centerville. Now, I have to say that Centerville's probably the favorite to win the conference.
They're the class of the area probably this year. They've got a good team over there.
And so they lost to them 11-0. That was on Thursday.
Yeah.
So then we turn around on Friday and travel to Knightstown and beat Knightstown 10-0.
Well, Knightstown, they have a tradition there of some pretty good teams over the years. They've been sectional opponents in years past, and they've been competitive in that sectional. So 10-0 win, that was back-to-back, like you say, the Jekyll and Hyde. And that's what you're going to get with young teams like they are. And baseball, especially at the high school level, it's pitching.
Pitching.
You can never have enough pitching, and it can usually never be good enough.
It's just like real estate. Location, location.
And I think the Knights, they have some guys that can throw the ball, but again, consistency is the key there.
And it doesn't help when every other day it rains.
Yeah, we've been having some struggles. Like today is Monday, it rained, so there's no ball games going on. I know softball got rained out today. So, but, and they've got what happens is now some games are going to be backed up, and so the pitching's going to be really stretched.
It's right now you're getting to that point where there's no place to make games up.
Yeah,
we're getting to that.
And I've watched a couple of these Knights games. They've got some good hitters, some good players.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of finding your rhythm, just like anything else. Get on that roll as you head into the sectional, which will be just about a month away. We're not that far away.
Yes, that's right.
As you head into that sectional, you want to be on a roll with a lot of momentum. So, it's still young in the season. They've still got at least probably 15 ball games, if not more, left to play if they can get them in. And not a lot of time to play them, actually.
Not a lot of time. But, and they'll be playing at Union City on Tuesday, and then they'll be home against what I consider a perennial powerhouse in the area is Yorktown.
Yeah, and they're coming here. So if you want to see a really good matchup there, come Thursday night here. Usually they start about 5:30.
Yeah.
Game times are listed at 5, but they never start on time because, these schools have to travel.
Yeah.
But at Yorktown, they're a perennial team up there in Delaware County. And so that'll be good. They're coming here. If you want to see a good ball game, come on out Thursday night and watch your Knights battle the Yorktown Tigers.
Yeah, that's right. Softball
started out 5-0. There's a rough patch.
Yep. Now, have you been out to the softball diamond since they redid it?
I actually have not. They actually haven't been at home.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I did see it one time, and it did. They cut out the base lines and the foul lines, and they look like they did a good job.
So, yeah, it's looking good. Now, the positive of softball is, they're 6-5.
They got a winning record.
They're 2-1 in the conference,
right,
which is really big.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where things are going to head.
Well, here with softball, you knew you were going to hit a rough spot.
Yeah.
Okay. You had some teams like Union County. They're the defending TEC champion and the sectional champion, and they're good.
Yeah.
There's just no other way to describe it. They're veterans and they're good. The Lady Knights are young. They've got a lot of good players on that team, but they're young. They got to get out there and get battle tested.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're looking for. They've been in most games. They did hit, got beat rather soundly by Union County and Franklin County. Again, pitching's the name of the game with softball too.
Oh yeah.
If you've got one or two pitchers who can throw that ball, you're in good shape.
Yep.
Union County does. Yes. Franklin County had some good pitching.
Yes, they do.
But I honestly feel in my estimation with softball, they're a good bunch, and they're young. You've got sophomores and freshmen starting all over the place, as well as they've only got one senior. And so that, just like baseball, they're a young team, and it takes a while for these kids to gel, come together as a team. Really, as I watch this softball team, Jerry, you look around and they've got Lily now down at third base. She's good.
Yeah.
You got Lexi Russell. She mostly plays shortstop. She's only a freshman, and she can hit and she can gobble it up out there. You just go around the diamond, and that's just a couple of girls. You got Emma Neely, a sophomore.
Yeah.
And she mostly catches. She has played a little shortstop, I noticed, but she's mostly catching. Claire Lopman, not only can she pitch, but she can hit, amongst others. So I think they got the pieces there that maybe they can make a run at the sectional.
Oh, I think that's so true, and we've talked about this before. When the freshmen come in and they have to play against a 18-year-old pitcher, there's a big difference between playing against 14 and 14s and 14 to 18.
Yeah, if you're you're a traveling softball and you've been playing 13s, 14s, and 15s, so you're playing everybody in your age category, all of a sudden you're a 14 or 15 playing an 18. That's a huge difference. So
10-mile-an-hour pickup on the pitch.
Yeah.
A little more confidence, a little more stature.
Yeah.
Real tough.
So I think the future is bright, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I really do. I think for softball, they're going to have their bumps and bruises. In their last 5 or 6 ball games, they've suffered the bumps.
Yeah.
But a lot more games coming up.
Well, they did finish second in the county tourney.
They did.
So that's a positive.
So, but they've got games coming up this week. I believe they have a home game. I can't remember. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. So get out there and see the girls play. They've got some talent.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's baseball and softball. They're similar, and if you hit a rough patch, it's hard to dig yourself out of there.
Well, you see it in the major leagues all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Your team can be rolling along, and all of a sudden,
you lose a ball game or two, and then all of a sudden 2 turns into 4, and now you're finding yourself scrambling trying
now you're winning 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to get that roll going again, but that happens. That's the name of this. That's what makes baseball and softball so great. It drives you crazy.
Exactly, absolutely does. So softball, in my estimation, just like in baseball, you want to be gelling when the sectionals roll around.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's what's going to happen with these girls.
So now track.
We got a big meet coming up.
The night invite is Friday night, and it's going to be packed and stacked at the stadium.
Well, if you've never been to a track meet, they're a lot of fun. There's things going on all over the place. You might have the high jump going on along with the 800 going on, or I don't know if that's how they run them, but there's a lot of events going on. So, and how many teams are in that, Jerry?
I think it's 8 or 10.
Yeah, quite a few teams.
It's a bunch.
That's a big meet.
It's a big meet.
And, you know, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we probably stand a good chance of having some of our people win.
You know, you've got the Cates twins on the girls and the boys side, all right? They're always going to be competitive.
Our 800 relay.
800 relay with those guys right there. You got Noah Ammerman running the 100 speed. So he's probably going to be competitive.
And you can't forget the mayor of Dunktown.
Well, you got Raiden Faust.
He just steps over the bar. He didn't jump, he just steps over it.
He did a 6'2" jump. I didn't know if that was. I guess that's pretty competitive. You know, he's just getting started.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking.
This is first year.
So you know, we'll see. He starts out at 6'8". All he's got to do is lift his leg and learn how to jump over the bar. So maybe he can improve on that. But you know, he's going to be competitive because he's slim, he's tall, and that's what high jumpers are.
That's right.
So not that we're track experts, because we are not. But
we are so experts. We had Tyler in.
Yeah, he filled us in. But the Knights, especially on the boys' side, are going to be competitive this year. And with the amount of girls that they have, they've been competitive so far.
Absolutely.
So, you know, congratulations to them. And come on out Friday night. It's going to be at the football stadium. There'll be a lot of teams here, and you'll see a lot. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Very enjoyable.
Now, tennis has been doing well.
They've been doing real well. You know, we had Brandy in here a couple of weeks ago, and she's excited. You know, she has a lot of energy, and she's excited by by her team. They've got 20 players on their roster.
I know.
And only 7 spots.
That's correct. You know, I didn't realize that tennis only had room for 7 people.
Yeah, 7 people, because you got 3 singles and then 2 doubles teams, and so that means there's competition for those spots.
Absolutely.
So they've been winning. You know, been consistent. So congratulations to them. They finished 4th at the Richmond tournament here just this past weekend. Out of 8 teams. So they were competitive there. And again, it's like every other team, you know, you're just kind of gearing up for that sectional tournament. And I believe that sectional is usually at Richmond. So, anyways.
Well, we're going to talk to this guy a little bit on our Knights of the Round Table here just a little bit.
Finally, we were able to locate Don B.
We've been looking for Mr. Beatty. He's like, I think he was with Kirchhoff.
I thought Don was invisible there.
Yeah,
we've been tracking him down, but he's going to be here in these hallowed grounds.
Well, and you know what they say about golf? They're in business to win, and business is good.
Yeah, it's real good. It's excellent. They won their weekend tournament
up in South Adams, which is, and we'll talk more about that, but I'm assuming probably some pretty good teams in that.
I would assume that also. And again, they're affected by the weather. We've had winter, summer kind of alternating days here.
Yeah.
And, you know, with golf, the warmer it is, the better.
Yeah.
You know, if you get out there, it's 35 degrees, kind of tough to play.
Hard to putt in the snow.
It is. You got to watch that, those snowflakes, how it affects your putt and that type of thing. So
so make sure you catch Knights of the Round Table, which will probably be out on Wednesday, and with Coach Beatty and golf.
Yeah.
I mean, this ought to be interesting. I know a little bit about golf.
Yeah.
That you don't hit the windmill or the little gnome. So we'll be good.
I would consider my game hacker status. That's why I don't play very much anymore. If you can't get good, and golf's a game where you have to play a lot to get good.
Yeah.
And you know, you got to dedicate a lot of time. And so that's why I'm just a hacker, but I'm sure Don's a good golfer, and he's going to tell us about his team, who's been consistent, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we'll get more into that with the Knights of the Round Table. So, hey, we've hit a lot of things today. Art, touched art. Finally, we've been able to get into some things non-sports. We've been trying to do that, but finally been able to do that. Baseball, kind of, you know, talking about their season. Softball. Again, they're going through some rough spots, you know, a little inconsistency there. Hopefully they can turn that around. And then track and tennis.
Yeah.
there we have it, and we're going to really get into golf here when we have Don sitting down with us here in the Knights of the Round Table. So we'll look forward to that.
Well, Rick, I think this might be a wrap.
This could be a wrap. Just a quick one tonight, Jerry.
Just a quick one, just going over things. Little weather situations has put the hurt to us. But this week here appears to be no different.
It's going to be inconsistent weather.
Oh, my gosh.
May can't get here quick enough. Usually when May rolls around, the weather gets a little better. Usually, not always, but usually, and a little more consistent with a little less rain. So,
well, for Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and remember, catch the our golf show with Coach Beatty on Knights of the Round Table. Don't forget to do that. And also remember, thumbs up on the like, subscribe to this channel, and support the Knight Nation. I'm Jerry Middleton, and you know what? It's been another good night.